and that game is Pokopia. I believe that's what it's called, or that's how it's pronounced. So it's like an animal style type of game, right? So basically, you have a similar type of art style where you have a character which you're sort of using to build an environment exactly like Animal Crossing, so very much deep rooted there. But the whole concept is that there's Pokemon involved there. I'm not really want to play like those chill, laid back games like Animal Crossing, if I'm being honest, because they get really repetitive really quickly. But what's different here is that you have all these Pokemon, which you can sort of provide them an environment where they can live and where they can sort of grow with the world that you're building, right? So the world that you're creating, crafting different things, sort of building houses, a city. So it has that Animal Crossing aspect to it, but then it also has the additional Pokemon aspect. And obviously the Pokemon aspect is very charming. And that's something that's going to motivate people to want to get involved in this. And perhaps this could push it to be as big as, or even bigger than Animal Crossing was. It is also a Nintendo product. Oh, sorry, a Pokemon product. So, of course, there immediately people would be very hyped and very interested. Um, so there's a lot of potential here, and I was not really fully sold on it until there's two videos. So one was from Skill Up. So I'm not sure if you guys have ever watched Skill Up before, but he reviews games. They review games and stuff, which they do an incredible job of. So they what I like about this guy is he basically says like how modern day Pokemon games are not great. They're kind of ass, right? Which is completely valid, completely true. I think the company that's in charge of a Game Freak just don't know what they're doing with Pokemon right now. It's been the same slop every single time. It's literally just been copy paste. The new game that came out, Legend ZA, which came out last fall, was just terrible in terms of its obviously its graphical quality and all that. Especially when you're releasing a new system like the Switch 2, which should be capable of doing quite a bit. Um, which should be doing like capable of providing a lot of graphical power, but also if it's the first couple of games that come out with the system, you want to really show it off. You really want to show its power and tell and prove to people that it's capable of doing a lot. Um, so if you're gonna release a game like Pokemon Legends CA, which if you literally looked at like the graphics and stuff, it just looked like blobs everywhere and like copied PNG for buildings. Like it just looked miserable. So I was actually hyped about that game just because it's Pokemon, right? I'm a big Pokemon guy. But then that game comes out, it's not great. And now it's like there's a big void. It's like, okay, what am I gonna play? Like I don't want to play some of the older games too. There's been a lot of issues with them. Nintendo has released like patches and updates, so like a Switch 2 update for some of the games. Um, I wish they released one for Arceus. Legends Arceus was probably the last one that was really well made, and I still have to play through that. But they still have like a Switch 2 update, so the game's like kind of still lacking a lot of the quality of life stuff. But anyways, so this guy knows like Switch Up, like the people who work there, they or at least the guy, the main guy, he doesn't like Pokemon games and completely valid. Like I'm with him on that. So when he comes out and he's trying the game and stuff, and he comes and tells people that this game actually looks good. I think there is a good chance that this game could be good because you know they know what the strengths and weaknesses of it should be. So yeah, this comes out March, and yeah, it could be really good. Could be kind of just average. It is not made by Game Freak, so that's the one thing that's important to know. It's not made by the same developers. It's made by a different team of people, and I think that could be really the differentiating factor. In terms of the online component, once again, that could also help it. Like if you can play with friends, which I know you can. It does. the trailer did say you can, but in terms of what extent, what you can do, I think we still have kind of yet to see what that's going to look like. Um, but yeah, you can see like you can build all different types of environments. Um, and the one cool mechanic, which I kind of have, I like it kind of has to grow on me still, which is like basically you can take on like a Pokemon's ability. So like you can basically become a Dragon Knight and fly around. So it gives you the ability to fly around, I guess. Um, which is definitely kind of interesting, but also at the same time just feels a little off-putting, as opposed to just like having a Pokemon which does or uses one of the abilities for you. You have like this, you're turning into this Pokemon. But I think that can really make things different enough for people, which would make things interesting. Um, so yeah, I guess we'll have to see what that sort of looks like there.